circle wide. Let the dreams we dream be larger than we've ever dreamed before. Let the dream of Christ be in us, open every door. Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide, draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. God, the still point of the circle, round whom all creation turns, nothing lost but held forever in God's gracious arms. Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide.
Let our hearts touch far horizons, so encompass great and small. Let our love know no borders, faithful to God's call.
Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. Let the dreams we dream be larger than we've ever dreamed before. Let the dream of Christ be in us, open every door. Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide, draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. God, the still point of the circle, round whom all creation turns, nothing lost but held forever in God's gracious arms.
stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide.
Let our hearts touch far horizons, so encompass great and small. Let our loving know no borders, faithful to God's call.
Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. Let the dreams we dream be larger than we've ever dreamed before. Let the dream of Christ be in us, open every door. Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide, draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide.
God, the still point of the circle, round whom all creation turns. Nothing lost, but held forever in God's gracious arms. Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song, no one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide.
Let our hearts touch far horizons, so encompass great and small. Let our loving know no borders, faithful to God's call.
this be our song.
No one stands alone,
Standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. God, the still point of the circle, round whom all creation turns. Nothing lost, but held forever in God's gracious arms. Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song. No one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide.
Let our hearts touch far horizons, so encompass great and small. Let our love be known, no borders, faithful to God's call.
Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song. No one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide. Let the dreams we dream be larger than we've ever dreamed before. Let the dream of Christ be in us, open every door. Draw the circle wide, draw it wider still. Let this be our song. No one stands alone, standing side by side. Draw the circle wide, draw the circle wide, draw it wider. We shall go out with hope of resurrection. We shall go out from strength to strength, go on. We shall go out and tell our stories boldly, tales of a love that will not let us go. We'll sing our songs of wrongs that can be righted. We'll dream our dreams of hurts that can be healed. We'll weave a cloth of all the world united within the vision of new life in Christ.
Good evening, everyone. There you go. I was like, I didn't say it that fantastically, but thank you for the stunned awe and silence. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Pastor Jen Brown, and I have the distinct privilege of being the minister here at Grace United Church. And on behalf of everyone at Grace United, we are so grateful and blessed to have each one of you here tonight. I'm going to invite you to stand as you're able and join in singing our opening hymn, The First Noel. The lyrics will be on the screen. Please be seated.
Thanks, I need this too. Christmas Eve, lighting of the Christ candle. God with us, love shine, your moment has come. In the dark of the womb you waited, bathed in the balm of the star you rest. Into a world sorely in need of your light, you are born. When you knock on our door looking for room, may we welcome you. Like the herald of your birth, call us to share your good news first with those who are poor, excluded, and afraid. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot put it out. The love of heaven has come to earth. The call of Christ begins in a baby's cry. Listen and respond. We light the Christ candle. May it light the way.
Please stand as you're able and join in singing our response hymn to the lighting of our Advent wreath and the Christ candle. It's Voices United number 7, so it's the hard hymnal in your pew if you want, or the words are on the screen. Hope is a star. And there's an extra verse tonight to honor the Christ candle. Please be seated. So I'm not sure where each of you are at coming here tonight, if there's been hustle and bustle all day, if there's been peace all day, maybe a nap, some really delicious food, maybe a bit of anxiety and worry. But whatever it is, I ask that you just let it go. Just be here in the moment and enjoy the singing, enjoy the words, look around the beautiful sanctuary. It's just such a gift for us to be here together tonight. The Coming of God by Anne Weems. Our God is the one who comes to us in a burning bush, in an angel's song, in a newborn child. Our God is the one who cannot be found locked in the church, not even in the sanctuary. Our God will be where God will be, with no constraints, no predictability. Our God lives where our God lives, and destruction has no power, and even death cannot stop the living of God. Our God will be born when God will be born, but there is no place to look for the one who comes to us. When God is ready, God will come, even to a God-forsaken place like a stable in Bethlehem. Watch, for you know not when God comes. Watch that you might be found whenever, wherever God comes. Please remain seated and join in singing O Little Town of Bethlehem. At this time, I'd like to invite the wonderful, fabulous Barb Bell to come forward, and she's going to share a little story. And as Barb is coming forward, if there's any kiddos or any adults who are young at heart and don't need adult supervision, you can come down to the front pew or you can sit on the floor, whatever you would like. So please join us for this lovely story. The rest of us who are not maybe going to be on the floor can watch the story on the screens.
Oh, look, there's 5 of us. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? Oh, these are my granddaughters and a friend, and they're going to be that way just like you. I have 2 feelings tonight. One of them is happy, and the other one is excited. I am happy because I was asked to do the story, and I love reading stories, and excited because this night, many, many years ago, Jesus was born. It's pretty exciting. Do you have any feelings? There's one I think I'd hear. No, it comes in a red suit. Isn't that exciting? I know how I could hardly contain myself when I was a kid growing up. Okay, we're going to start this story. It's called Room for a Little One. This is the first picture. What time of day do you think it is? Yes. It's the night time. Jesus was born at night. Room for a little one. It was a cold winter's night. Kind dogs lay in his stable, close to the side of the inn. Thank you. Old dog came by. He stopped and looked into the stable. I need somewhere to rest, said old dog. Come inside, kind dog said. There's always room for a little one here. Old dog came in and laid down in the straw. He nestled close to the kind dogs, sharing the warmth of his stable. Stray cat peered in. She saw the old dog and she stopped. Stray cat arched her back and her hair bristled. I'll not chase you, said old dog. Come in, kind dog said. There's always room for a little one. Stray cat came into the stable. She curled up in the straw, close to her friends she had found, purring and twitching her tail. Small Mouse stopped at the door of the stable. She saw Stray Cat, and she quivered with fear. You're safe here. I won't hurt you, said the cat. Come inside, kind dog said. There's always room for a little one here. Small Mouse scurried in. She reached down warm in the straw in the peace of the stable. I think the picture's beautiful. Then Tired Donkey came. Joseph led him along. Mary rode on Tired Donkey's back. Joseph was cold and Mary was weary, but there was no room in the inn for them at that time. Where will my baby be born? Mary asked. Come inside, kind ox called to Tired Donkey. There's always room for a little one here. Gotta get this right. Whoops. Tired Donkey brought Mary into the stable. Joseph made her a warm bed in the straw to save her from the cold of the night. And so Jesus was born with the animals around him. Kind dogs, old dogs, stray cat, small mouse, and tired donkey all welcomed him to the warmth of their stable. That cold winter's night, beneath the stars' light, a little one came for the world. Thank you for being such a great group. This, by the way, I'll tell the adults, this was the steal of a lifetime. I got this at the bazaar we had, and it was leaning up against a table, and it was $1. And I thought, I've got to have that. I thought it was a real find.
Thank you very much, Barb. I'm going to invite you to just remain seated and join in singing Away in a Manger, Voices United number 69. So as we've been journeying through Advent, we've had these body prayers. So it requires slight coordination, where you can choose to either read the word or do the action, or if you're talented, you can do both. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes not. But they will be up on the screen. So I'm going to invite you to stand, please. And we'll say the Christmas body prayer together. Just try not to take out anybody, beside you or... All right, can I have the first slide, please? Okay, here we go. Reaching up and out. Holy One, may the gift of Jesus be born in me, so that all might know God's hope, God's peace, God's joy, and God's love. Amen. Please be seated.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about? Sure, Charlie Brown. I can tell you what Christmas is all about. Lights, please. And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
They told me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, our newborn king to see, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, to lay before the king, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. So to honor him, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, when we come.
Little baby, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, I am a poor boy too, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I have no gifts to bring, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, to lay before the king, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. I'd play for you, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, on my drum. Mary nodded, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. The ox and lamb kept time, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I played my drums for him, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I played my best for him, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. Then he smiled at me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, me and my drum, me and my drum, me and my drum. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much, Bell Family Trio. That was nicely done. And as we're just getting situated and transitioning into the reflective part of our service, I have a story that I would like to share with you, and it's titled, He'd Come Here. It is my hope and prayer that as you are listening to this story, that perhaps you could identify with one or maybe more than one person who is in the story. Maybe some experience that you hear in the story. There's a few things that happen. Maybe you can relate to that. Perhaps some feelings that you're going to hear in the story. Whatever it is, I pray that you just let it happen. Just listen. I'm a big person to say, feel the feelings. And I pray that you find some hope, some peace, some joy and love in these words. After the Christmas Eve service, my husband announced that he was hungry for breakfast. "There must be some place open," he muttered. We piled in the car, and our son quickly placed an order for 3 hamburgers. After driving around for a while, we headed down the interstate and finally found a truck stop, which was almost deserted. By now, the children were sleepy. My husband led us to the door. The jukebox was playing something like, "When you leave, walk out backwards, so I'll think you're coming in." The only suggestions of Christmas were the multicolored blinking lights strung around the large window. The air smelled of coffee, bacon, and stale cigarette smoke. Kind of an old story, eh? At the counter, a one-armed man in a baseball cap was drinking Pepsi from a bottle. 2 other men sat around a table talking, eating, and drinking. At such an hour, I couldn't help wondering where they had come from or where they were going. We chose a booth beside the window because the children wanted to see if the lights would make our faces change colors. A thin woman named Rita came to take our order. She looked like any waitress would look who had been unlucky enough to draw the late shift on Christmas Eve. Old for her years, I guessed. She wore her hair tucked behind her ears, the way I do when mine won't do anything else. Rita managed a weary-looking smile as she handed us the menus. Our son was holding the salt shaker upside down, spilling salt into his hand and licking it. I gave him a stare and looked up in time to see Rita wink at him. "No hamburgers," we told the children. "This is breakfast." They moaned and ordered pancakes with sausage. They defiantly ate the sausage between the pancakes, hamburger style. This wasn't my first breakfast at 1 a.m., but the others had been on somebody's china. The snob in me was enjoying feeling out of place. Years from now, I thought, we'll laugh and say, "Remember the Christmas we ate breakfast at that truck stop? That awful music and those tacky lights?" I was staring out the window thinking such thoughts when an old Volkswagen van with Texas license plates and an overload of luggage drove up. A bearded young man in jeans got out. He walked around and opened the door for a young woman who was holding a baby. They hurried inside and took a booth near the back. "Where are you headed?" somebody asked them. I couldn't hear the answer, but I imagined grandparents somewhere anxiously waiting to see their grandchild for the first time. As Rita took their order, the baby started to cry. The father lifted the baby to his shoulder, but it didn't help. Rita poured them coffee. The mother took the baby and began rocking it in her arms. "Why doesn't the baby stop crying?" our daughter asked. "She probably wants something to eat," I told her, remembering all the times I tried to drink a quick cup of coffee before a feeding, as if on cue the baby would demand immediate attention. The mother picked up the diaper bag and started to leave. She held the baby's head against her neck as if she could muffle the noise. Rita reached out and held out her arms, Drink your coffee, hun. Let's see what I can do." There was something about the way Rita took the infant that made me think she'd raised half a dozen of her own. She began talking, walking, playing with the baby. Rita showed her to the man in the baseball cap. He began whistling and making silly faces, and the baby stopped crying. Rita showed her the blinking lights and the lights on the jukebox. She brought her over to us. "Just look at this little darling. Mine are so big and grown," she said. The one-armed fellow took a pot of coffee from a burner and started waiting on the tables. As he finished refilling our mugs, I felt tears in my eyes. My husband wanted to know what was wrong. "Nothing, just Christmas," I told him, reaching in my purse for a Kleenex and a quarter. "Go see if you can find a Christmas song on the jukebox," I told the children. When they were gone, I said, "He'd come here, wouldn't he?" "Who?" "Jesus. If Jesus was born in this town tonight and the choices were our neighborhood, the church, or this truck stop, it would be here, wouldn't it?" He didn't answer right away, but looked around the place, looked at the people. Finally, he said, "Either here or a homeless shelter." "That's what bothers me," I said. "When we first got here, I felt sorry for these people because they probably aren't going home to neighborhoods where the houses have candles in the windows and wreaths on the doors." And listening to that awful music, I thought, I'll bet nobody here has ever even heard of Handel. Now I think that more than any place I know, this is where Christmas is. But I don't belong. As we walked to the car, my husband put his arm around me. "Remember, the angel said, I bring good news of great joy to all people." "Thanks," I said, but I wasn't reassured. The houses in our neighborhood were dark. As we passed the Milfords, I wondered what Christmas Day would be like for them. Their daughter died in a car accident during the summer. Next door, Jack McCarthy had lost his job. A little farther down the street lived the Baileys, whose marriage was hanging together by the slimmest thread. Mrs. Smith's grown son had died from AIDS. Maybe we are not so different from the people in the truck stop, I thought. After we tucked in the children, I picked up a Bible and read, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." Then I found the Christmas story in Luke, just to be sure it really did say, "I bring good news to all people." Many Christmases have passed since that night. I still believe that Jesus would be born in what I'd call an unholy place. But rich, poor, or in between, we are all poor in spirit. We all have more unhappy memories than anyone would guess, and burdens that we never share. In the endless, sometimes meaningless daily grinds, in the comings and goings of our lives, our souls are often far from home, whether we know it or not. In the places where we are broken, in the dark holes where something is missing, in the silence of unanswered questions, the wondrous gift is given. Please join in singing, "What Child Is This?" Remain seated. You won't find Christmas perched on shelves or made in a grotto by hard-working elves. You can't find Christmas in glittering wrap or nestled in boxes so beautifully packed. You can't fail Christmas or not have enough. There are ways to bring cheer without all of that stuff. The Christmas you seek is a feeling, my friends, and it lives in the thoughts and the greetings we send. It glitters in kindness at charity's door and glimmers in deeds we were never asked for. Christmas, you see, is a magical thing which no pot of money can actually bring. It's grace and humanity and goodwill and cheer, but most of all peace and all those you hold dear. It's opening your door, then your heart opens too. And it's not in the things. Christmas lives within you.
Everything inside me cries for order. Everything inside me wants to hide. Is the shadow an angel or a warrior? If God is pleased with me, why am I so terrified? Someone tell me I am only dreaming. Somehow help me see with heaven's eyes. And before my head agrees, my heart is on its knees. Holy is He, blessed am I. Be born in me. Be born in me. Trembling heart, somehow I believe that you chose me. I'll hold you in the beginning. You will hold me in the end. Every moment in the middle, make my heart your Bethlehem. Be born in me. All this time we've waited for the promise. All this time you've waited for my arms. Did you wrap yourself inside the unexpected? So we might know that love will go that far. Be born in me. Be born in me. Trembling heart, somehow I believe that you chose me. I'll hold you in the beginning. You will hold me in the end. Every moment in the middle, make my heart Bethlehem. Be born in me. I am not brave. I'll never be. The only thing my heart can offer is a vacancy. I'm just a girl, nothing more. But I am willing, and hold you in the beginning. You will hold me in the end. Every moment in the middle, make my heart your Bethlehem. Be born in me.
Before we get into the benediction, I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts with you. I was thinking as I was listening to that song tonight, so it's Be Born in Me, and it was performed by Fountain View Academy. And there's two things that I would like you to take away from that tonight. One is that you are chosen. Mary was chosen by God to have Jesus and bring Jesus into the world. Each and every one of you are chosen. Maybe not to bring a baby into the world, and we're okay with that. But you are chosen by God. The other thing that I pray and hope that you take with you tonight is that the invitation for you to invite the Emmanuel, God with us, to be born in you. Now, what does that look like? Well, to have Christ born in you, in your heart, looks like grace. It looks like love. It looks like humanity. It looks like kindness, charity, peace. It looks like all of those things. And in a world that is really hurting right now, in a world that is really struggling, I pray that you are still able to know that you are chosen and to allow those gifts, the gifts from the baby in the manger, to be born in each and every one of you. That is my Christmas prayer. Just before we get into the benediction, and then we'll get into Silent Night with the candles, and it'll just be glorious and wonderful, and then a beautiful rendition of Carol of the Bells. I think I'm turning it over to either Gertie or somebody from the choir. Oh, I was told now. Okay. Absolutely. Here, let me just do that as well.
Cute. We told Jen, Pastor Brown, that we would be giving Heather some flowers. We told Heather that we would be giving Jen some flowers. We want to thank Pastor Jen for her love, the joy, the down-to-earth approach that she takes, and all that she has given. She's been a real blessing to our congregation, and we want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And Heather is such a gentle and patient leader for our music, and I don't know how to begin to say thank you to Heather. I've joined the chimes, and it's been a wonderful experience, and thank you so much, Heather, and Merry Christmas.
Well, I see when I go back to my office after service to award gold stars or demerits, somebody's getting a demerit for lying to the minister on Christmas Eve. Thank you. It truly is an honor and a privilege. So, friends, tonight, as we celebrate God is with us in the birth of Jesus, let us continue to live lives of hope, of peace, of joy, and love. Share God's love with the shepherds you meet on the hillside. Let the communion of the Holy Spirit fill your heart with glad tidings like the angels. And the Prince of Peace, born again tonight, may he live in your heart to comfort and challenge you as you seek to live as one of his disciples. And all God's people said. So what I'm going to do now is going to invite you to turn on your little lovely lights. And we are going to sing our closing hymn, Voices United, number 67, Silent Night. And I'm going to ask on the last verse that the fabulous Yuki, if you could not play, and we'll just sing it a cappella, if that's okay. All right, please stand. Lights. And chimes are getting set up for our outro. I would just like to take an opportunity to let you know that if you would like to go down and visit and mingle, there's no snacks or anything, sorry. You'll thank us tomorrow when you have more room to stuff it in. but you're able to go down and visit if you would like. We just ask that you don't sit at the tables because we have Christmas dinner here tomorrow. The doors open at 11:30 and the meal is served at noon, and you're more than welcome to come. And also, on behalf of Grace United Church, I want to wish each and every one of you, from my family to yours, as well as the family of Grace United to yours, a very, very Merry Christmas and the happiest of New Years, filled with hope and peace and joy and love.
And the same to you, Pastor Jen Brown.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is their song, with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they sound, raising the sound, o'er the hill down, telling the tale. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is their song, with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, o'er hill and dale, telling their tale. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home.
We shall go out with hope of resurrection. We shall go out from strength to strength, go on. We shall go out and tell our story